Hello, I'm David.
Hi, I'm Julie.
So now we're going to do a how to play and playthrough of Gargoyles, which is based on the animated series that came out in the 90s.
I don't know anything about it.
Right, well, we were dating at the time.
Ah.
And so I didn't get a chance to watch it. Now, I had a friend that recommended it, but I was too busy
Being my
to
boyfriend.
Yeah, and going to school.
Yep.
Now, it's for ages 10 and up, 2 to 5 players.
Okay.
Now, we're playing the second scenario. The reason why is that the first scenario is really easy. Second scenario, we lost the first time. We won it the second time. And we're going to see if we got lucky. Because we switched up characters. That's how we won this scenario. So let's take a look at what you're doing.
Okay.
So one helpful guide is when you're setting up the game, you got to put it together first. All right, so this is going to require some adult assembly, unless you have a teenager that's willing to do this, and they can be careful, because I had to glue a piece right here when I punched it out. This right here got a little bent, and so I had to fix it. So even though I'm careful, you can still damage it when you're putting it together or punching it out. Now you'll see here on the board that when you do put the buildings in, it is well thought out. You'll see that there's no ridge right here on this side. So it prevents you from placing it in correctly.
Oh, that's good.
So that's a good thing. And then it tells you, because you're going to have to take it apart again when they put it in the box. So you'll see here it's labeled here in red, and then this one will be labeled in green. So
That's smart.
And that the green building goes there. So it's color coded. So that's well thought out.
Yeah.
So that's one of the first things you got to do, is put the game together. All right. And then you're going to select a scenario. Now, the scenario card that we're playing is right here, but you're going to have to refer to the scenario card and the rule book to play it correctly.
Oh.
It's one of those things that not everything you need to know is on the scenario card. And one thing I didn't figure out right away is that when you do select a scenario, you got to select the correct villain deck. So you'll see that there's icons.
Oh.
I'm going over stuff that can throw you off when you're first playing it. You see this little icon here?
Yeah.
That's the first scenario they recommend you play, Awakening.
Yeah.
And so it goes with, you'll see there's 4 decks. And so I remember when I opened it up, it says, okay, that's a pretty big deck. I had no idea that those faces mean something.
Oh.
All right, because they don't tell you in the inventory. It just says right here, components. They don't tell you, for instance, that there are different villain decks. It just says villain deck. It doesn't point out explicitly that you have to select the right villain deck for the scenario.
Interesting.
And I had to figure out that, oh, that's the villain deck you need to use.
Oh, for reawakening?
Well, yeah, but we're playing Temptation and Magic.
Okay.
So you'll see here, it has this symbol,
Oh, yeah.
okay, and that's that deck. So that's one thing to figure out, is when you are picking the scenario, you got to select the correct villain deck. So what I do is I wrote, so there's 4 scenarios, and we're playing the second one.
Okay.
So as you'll see over here are the pieces we're not playing with. Since I don't know the series, I think we watched a little bit. Remember?
We did?
On YouTube. We watched a little bit because we know that the actors from Next Generation.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Next Generation or New Generation?
Next Generation.
Yeah, Next Generation. I get it confused with Robotech.
Oh.
Robotech had New Generation.
Oh.
But we're not playing with Xanatos. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So he sits here off to the side. He's not being used. And here's the other 3 scenarios.
Okay.
Now, you do have a bunch of gargoyles you can play with, and each one has its own deck. Now, that's pretty obvious because they're color-coded.
Yeah.
Okay? That was easy to figure out. So their cards are off to the side here, and we're not playing with those. And then there are some other pieces here that go with the other scenarios that we're not playing with as well. The first scenario, for instance, you go against Xanatos and, is it Demona? I think it's called Demona. Yeah, Demona.
Ah.
All right, so let's take a look now. It's how do you set up the map board? Well, the back of the card is useful, except in the third scenario there's a typo. it has a symbol here that's not supposed to be here in the third scenario. But in the second scenario, there's no typos here. So we selected Lexington because he moves farther, and
Elisa?
Elisa because she has a ranged attack. All right, so they start out in the police building. They cannot be in the same space. And we're going to start them out here for a reason, because we got to get the book from Demona. She has the Grammarian Arcanorum token.
Okay.
So she's holding this. We got to get this from her in order to defeat the enslaved. And then once the enslaved is defeated, we can defeat her. So she's immune while the enslaved is out there. And we got to get the book from her to damage the enslaved. So you remember that now?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So here's the setup. The enslaved goes here. We got 4 biker tokens. Now, it doesn't mention that you actually have 8 biker tokens, right?
Yeah.
I actually remember I put 2 on there the first time we played?
Yeah.
Because it didn't tell us to keep the other 4 off to the side. So when you're doing these scenarios, just put the stuff on the map board exactly as shown on the map board. And if there's any extra, you put it off to the side. Because in the next scenario, you have, I think there's these ninja, what are they called?
Ninja Warriors? I don't know.
They're called something here, these little icons. But anyway, I don't remember what they're called.
That's okay.
But you also don't use them all either in the next scenario. All right, so you got 4 bikers here. We can start anywhere we want on the police station. And if you want to see, that's the clock tower. I remember seeing in the intro. That's shown in the intro.
Okay.
Demona starts over here. And then we have her deck. It says, see, it doesn't tell you on here how much hit points she starts out with. You actually have to look in the rule book.
Oh.
So this is one of those. This is why people watch how to play videos.
Yep.
Because
We're here to help.
we're here to help. Exactly. So it says here what her starting health is, 10.
Oh, wow.
And it also tells you what components to pick from. Okay, so you put her at 10 right here. You use the purple one, and there's a red one for Xanatos.
Okay.
Okay, so that's that right there.
Yeah.
Okay, and then again in the next one, which we lost, they were called the Steel Clan tokens. They're like ninjas. You're not playing with those in this one.
Okay.
All right, so to win, you got to look at the victory conditions. And if you notice on the card here, it tells you got to defeat Demona, right?
Yeah.
And you lose if any hero is defeated. That's almost pretty much the first 3 scenarios.
Okay.
Except in the third one, if Xanatos gets the data discs, he can win that way too. But anyway, so we look here to win. See how it doesn't say the same thing?
Oh, that's weird.
Defeat Demona, right?
Yeah.
But here it tells you in more detail. Seize control of the Grammarian Arcanorum, save the enslaved, and defeat Demona. That's a little bit more detail.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, okay? And so you got to remember this too. Whoever holds the Arcanorum, you get to have 4 cards instead of 3.
Oh.
All right? And then there's special rules. Demona starts with the Grammarian, basically the book. Okay, I'm just going to call it the book for now.
Okay, that sounds good.
And then if she's attacked and a hit is rolled, that's what this symbol is right here, she drops the book.
Woo!
If you roll this, that special things can happen. Okay, well, let's get to that in a moment.
Okay.
Okay. And then there's blanks that don't do anything.
Yes.
So there's only three sides to the die, or 3 symbols on the die. So Demona will move to a specific location. If Demona attacks, she attacks the closest hero to her. When a spell is revealed, so you're going to see in her deck here that there are spells, and there are exactly 4 of them.
Oh.
Okay. And so every turn, a villain card's going to be drawn, and things can happen, like the bikers can move, she'll do something. But the spells, when they come up, you got to read what the spell does. But when 4 spells comes up, it also it makes the So the first spell that comes up, the enslaved activates, and she attacks.
Oh, jeepers.
Now, what that means activates, that means the enslaved will move and then attack. She just attacks. She won't move.
Oh, okay.
When the second spell comes up, and this will go in front of the villain card here, so you'll keep track of these cards.
Okay.
When the second one comes up, enslaved activates again. She activates, and she gets, anytime she rolls the lightning bolt here, she deals +2 damage.
Oh, jeez,
Which is pretty nasty.
Yeah, that is.
And then when the third spell, enslaved activates, she does +1 damage to each hero, no matter, and I assume that doesn't, anywhere the heroes are on the map board. And if the fourth spell,
Yeah.
enslaved activates, Demona attacks, and she does 2 damage to each hero adjacent, and then you reshuffle the spell cards into the villain deck, so it can get back into the deck. Now, there's some symbols here you got to keep track of, because it doesn't really point it out in the same way here, the way it should in the rule book, the way I'm going to explain it.
Okay.
All right, so when you're drawing cards, so the heroes are going to go, then the villains are going to go, but before the villains go, you got to keep track of nighttime and daytime. So, hero phase, we activate. Okay, we use our actions. The villain phase, check to see if it's daytime. Now, how would you check?
I don't know.
Well, you're going to see there are symbols on here that will indicate, that nighttime's ending. Okay?
Oh.
So anytime, so in this scenario, you got to pull out, anytime you draw a spell card, you put it off to the side. I'll be putting them right over here.
Okay.
But anytime a card is drawn that goes into, that has that symbol,
Yeah.
you got to put it here.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
And after heroes activate, if there's 4 here,
Yeah.
we go into daytime mode. And daytime mode, it tells you what happens in the rule book and then right here in the scenario. So most of the time we're going to be in nighttime mode, but daytime she can heal 5.
Jeepers.
Demona does not control the Grimoire and she gets it back. So we can't damage her. We cannot damage the enslaved until one of us has the book. In other words, the person that has the book can damage the enslaved.
Right.
You have to defeat the enslaved first before you can damage her.
Oh,
So you got to do
shoot.
things in sequence.
Ah.
Okay, and then you shuffle the villain discard pile into the villain deck. Doesn't mean you shuffle in the spell cards. The spell cards will still stay up.
Okay.
Okay. Now it does give you the spell effects here.
Yeah.
And notice the spell effects aren't the same thing that's in the rule book.
Yeah, that's
It doesn't
true.
tell you to activate.
All that other stuff happens. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is why I'm pointing this out here. This is why we're playing the scenario for those who might be confused. Take a look at the difference here. Okay? This right here does not tell you that the enslaved activates. That means it will move and attack. And Demona attacks. That means she doesn't move, she attacks.
Right,
Big
right,
difference.
right. Yeah.
Because remember, we were able to avoid her the first time we played because she wasn't near us.
Right.
All right, so how do you defeat the enslaved? So let me go over again what we're doing here. She has 10 health.
Yeah.
She has the book.
Yeah.
One of us has to go damage her. She drops the book. And then we got to use an activation to pick it up. Now, where do you find that information at? That's not very clear in the rule book either. Okay, so you got to look all the way. Okay, so this is when you go thumbing through it. Again, I'm referencing this. So here's the setup, blah, 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 turn sequence. Okay, it goes over how to do things. Now, here's a little special rule you got to remember. You can stun. We can stun
Oh.
the enslaved, which means that when it activates, it won't do anything. It loses its turn.
Nice.
But you got to remember that Xanatos in the other scenario and Demona are immune to stun effects.
Oh,
And I
jeez.
don't think it mentions it on this card here. Nope, it does not.
Well, that's pretty.
It does mention it in the first scenario. Okay, so it is highlighted here, but you got to remember that.
Yeah.
All right, and then here's the items. At the very end of the villain rules, it talks about items instead of talking about it in the character section.
Interesting.
Because you're pretty much going to be using items as a character. Why wouldn't you put it right here?
Right.
Okay, because it's actually something you got to do when you activate. So it takes an action to pick. You can pick up an item that's adjacent to you or in the same space. And if you get damaged, you drop the item. So that's a little rule that's right here that you can forget. If you get hit, you drop an item that you're holding. Okay?
That stinks.
So, again, I'm going over all this stuff because it can be frustrating to play this game correctly. So I'm shuffling up her deck, okay, Damona's deck.
Okay.
And I'm going to go over the character actions here in just a moment. Right now, though, I'm going over setup. By the way, when daytime happens,
Oh, yeah. What happens then?
when daytime happens, the characters also get to do something on daytime.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So each character could always discard. We're going to have 3 cards, unless one of us has the book. We'll have 4 cards. But anyways, you can discard any number of cards. Say it's not working out for you. You want to get a whole new card. You discard them and get new ones.
Yeah.
You reshuffle your discard pile into your deck. You draw until you have 3 cards. You heal 2. Now some heal more.
You heal 3, it looks like.
So I heal 3.
Yeah.
Okay. And you gain 1 skill token.
I do.
Now sometimes you get skill tokens when you play cards. Okay. For you though, you get a skill token.
Yep.
Now we're going to start going into talked about setup. Let's take a look at the sequence. So hero phase, on your turn you may take as many actions as your hero placard. All right, so each one of us has a little bit of different stats here. I have 4 actions. This is the one in the upper left. You have 3.
Yes.
I can move 3. You
can
can move
too.
3. You cannot fly.
No.
I can fly 5. And I have 2 attacks. You have 2 attacks.
Yes.
So you have more health. You have 8. I have 6. Now why am I
I don't
taking?
have 8. I have 6.
Oh, we both have 6. My mistake. I misread that.
That's okay.
So why am I taking this guy? Because he has more actions than you. And this is what we figured out the first time we played it. We needed to get the book as quick as possible
Right.
and defeat the enslaved as quick as possible. We went with this guy in the show that has more strength. Didn't help us.
Didn't help.
Okay. So if I roll this when I attack, choose a hero to gain a skill token. So that allows you to use skill tokens. And then I can use a skill token
Yeah.
if I have one, because I can give it to myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay. This is what skill tokens look like. I can activate a hero, gains 1 action point. The active hero gains 1 action point. You can use your skill tokens on other people's turns. So if Julie's, she's going to control Alyssa, on her turn, if I want to give her another action, I spend my skill token that I would have gained by rolling this on a previous turn, and then you would get another action. So you would have 4 instead of 3.
Okay.
All right. Now for you though,
Yeah.
Alyssa has a range of 3 while using a basic attack.
Yep.
Now I'll go. We both have basic attacks, even though it doesn't say it here. This is another thing in the rule it doesn't point out very well. Everybody can attack. Every gargoyle can attack adjacently. Okay, at a range of 1. It doesn't give you tell you that you have a range of 1. Except for you,
Yes.
it does specify you have a range of 3.
Because I'm human, that's why.
Well, because you have a gun.
Oh.
Okay, you may move up, and it doesn't show it here, all right? Even on your, it doesn't really show that you have a gun, okay?
Okay.
They're doing that to try to avoid gun violence.
Gotcha.
Okay, you may move up to 2 spaces for free after attacking, so that's a good thing.
That is a good thing.
And then if you spin a skill token,
Yeah.
after any hero has rolled for an attack, they may re-roll any number of dice once for that attack before damage is dealt. So in other words, you can spin one of these tokens. If I roll really bad, and you can help me, and I get to re-roll.
Oh, okay.
But you can also do it for yourself. It says
Okay.
after any hero has rolled, you can do that.
Ah.
So, all right, so you have these basic skills. So when something comes up, you'll see there's another icon on this card. And it's on the bottom there, that's range. So the icon, it can be kind of dark here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I'm going to show you on here. This icon means movement.
Okay.
This icon means glide. I'll explain glide here in a moment. And this means attack. But the one that is hard to see here, guys, it's so dark.
I
I'm
know.
gonna
Try yours. That's
Mine's
still
a little
dark.
better.
There you go.
Okay, right here.
Oh, it's kind of blurry. You almost had it.
Trying to get it to come up.
I know.
It's a range of 1. So the 4th icon, it's hard to see on our screen. Maybe you see it better on camera here. That's a range of 1. So these will supersede your stats. So if you play a card that's taking an action, unless it's for free, it will specify. In fact, it will tell you how many actions it costs. This costs 1 to play. So notice Alyssa starts out with 3 actions, but she can play this card for 1 and she has 2 actions left. If she plays this card, she just used all of her actions.
Yeah.
Okay. And notice it has, she can move 2, so she'd move before she attack if she wants. She'll roll 3 dice and it's a range of 3. And target all enemies in range for this attack, and you use the same die result. So she can burn through all of her actions. Instead of doing 3 basic attacks, right? She can move, then she could attack, and then maybe move again, or she could play this card if she had it, and she just attacks once and attacks everybody in her area. So again, you got to look here. These icons will supersede what's on your character card, but you got to pay attention to how much it costs to use it. Now, an R means a reaction, so that means when Demona attacks, you can react to it, or the bikers attack. So there's Julie's cards. I have cards too that do different things.
Should I shuffle my cards?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
So I have some reactions. So I have some 1s, some 2s. So if I play this card, I'll still have 1 more action left. I can play a 1 card, or I can move or attack, or glide, which I'm going to explain in a minute. And so I have a reaction as well. So I'm shuffling up my cards. So let me explain gliding real quick.
Okay.
You cannot glide.
No, I cannot.
So.
Because I don't have wings.
Well, you're the human in this show.
That's right.
You're the voice.
I don't fly.
You're the voice of. Is it
Troy.
Yeah, Troy.
Deanna Troy.
But her real name is isn't it Sturtis? Her last name, I forget her first name. It's Marina, I think. Well, somebody can tell me.
It's a very pretty name. I just don't remember.
All right, so gliding. Gliding allows you to get around farther. You see that I have a glide of 5, so I can use 1 action to glide. And you have to be on a building to glide. So I can go 5. I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop right there. Remember, she has the book. That's what I'm going to do the first turn, because I got to get the book for her. I'm going to try to hit her. So then I would do, remember I have a range of 1 with it, even though it doesn't say it. I have a range of 1, and I have a 2 attack. So I'd roll 2 dice, and I have to get these claw marks. And I would have failed. And then I could do my next attack to try again. Okay, now she would drop the book. And then I can use an action next turn to take it from her. All right? Anyway, we didn't do that. I was just showing you how it works. So I can glide from building to building if I really want to. As long as I'm a building, I can move really fast. For you, Julie could just step down. 1, 2, how far do you move?
3.
3, so you can go 3. However, to go up on a building, it costs double. So it would cost 2, and that would be 4 to go up to that one. I assume. No, it doesn't give heights, just to get on the building. So that would be, for you, that would still be just 3. A building's a building. It doesn't matter floors, because you can attack all the way up here. That's considered adjacent. So if you go up here, that's 2, that would be 3.
Okay.
For in the game purposes, it doesn't matter. In fact, buildings, this is really interesting. This is a tactical miniature game. Buildings don't affect line of sight. In fact, other characters don't affect line of sight. For those of you who are experienced in games like that, you got to worry about firing characters or obstacles blocking your sight. Just hit them. This game doesn't matter. The only thing that buildings do is allow the gargoyles to move faster. That's it.
Okay.
And you can in some miniature games, you got to worry about if you start adjacent to somebody and if you move away, they get a free attack. Nope, not in this game. You can just freely come and go. In fact, you can move through them. If you wanted to, you can move through the enslaved, and you just can't end your turn on them. So, by the way, bikers cannot go up buildings. It does say that. So how do we defeat the enslaved? The last thing before we start playing here. Oh, you're right here. You gotta look it up here. We have to get these symbols.
Okay.
The special ability symbols, as they call it here. Okay. Which is basically skill symbols. All right. How do we defeat the enslaved?
Wait, that's Temptation and Magic.
That's what we're playing.
Oh, okay.
While the enslaved is in play, Demona does not take any damage. While a hero has the book, any hero attacking the enslaved gets. Oh, so that's good to know. I forgot that. Any hero attacking the enslaved gets a star.
You mean a lightning bolt?
The lightning bolt, yeah, lightning bolt. So it doesn't matter if I have the book or not.
Ah, okay.
No, you can have the book, I can have the book. As long as she doesn't have the book, we can damage Demona. That's the point, okay? You add a skill token to the enslaved. So anytime we roll that lightning bolt, you add a skill token to the enslaved. If the enslaved has 3 skill tokens, the enslaved is removed and the book is removed from the game.
Oh.
When the enslaved activates, it moves towards and attacks the hero closest to Demona. So it's trying to protect Demona.
Gotcha.
All right, so we have to get the book. Once we have the book, either one of us can try to damage the enslaved by getting lightning bolts. And if we get 3 skill tokens on it, it's defeated, the book goes away, and then we can damage Demona. Keep in mind, Demona is immune to stun attacks, which some cards can do that, okay?
Okay.
So, this is why I went over this. This is not the easiest game to get through, the rule book, okay? So, sorry that took a while, but
that's okay. At least we're teaching
now
them.
we're going to play.
Yes.
So here we go.
All right.
We're going to draw 3 cards each.
Okay.
It says whoever last watched the cartoon goes first. So
You go first.
I will go first. And I'm going to show you what cards I have here on my camera. So I can set a trap, deal 3 damage to an adjacent villain or minion. That doesn't help us right now because I have to get the book. This says Tinker, gain a skill token, choose a hero to draw 2 cards from the discard. 2 cards, then discard 2 cards. So it basically allows you to cycle through your deck. A hack, choose a hero to gain 2 skill tokens. Ooh, but it costs me 2 to activate that. So I don't really want to use that yet because I got to get the book.
Yep.
You can leave those out like that. That's
I
fine.
will.
Oh, one last thing. See this grid here?
Mm-hmm.
It says numbers here on the side and letters down here. Demona is going to teleport around.
Oh, that's
Okay,
right.
so that's why you have to have that. You got to understand how to use the grid. All right, so I'm going to use my first action to glide 5. Remember, I have 4 actions.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Attacker.
I only have 2 attacks, so I have a lot of actions, but I'm weak.
Ah, but you got her twice.
I got it. Okay, she drops the book. I use my 3rd action
Pick it up.
to pick it up. So now I put it on my card, and at the end of my turn, I will get a 4th card as long as I have the book, because it says in these special rules here, whoever has the book will get 4 cards. Now I'm going to do my next action. I'm going to get away from her.
I would
'cause
too.
I don't want to get damaged. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because it was good rereading that. You can damage the enslaved. As long as she does not have the book.
Right.
And you'll be able to shoot at him because you have a range of 3. All right, let's see what card we get. Now there's some cards here that are kind of annoying. We can get a card where she takes the book back. So hopefully we don't get that. So here we go. So what we just did, if you're following along here in terms of sequence, the heroes went on your turn. You can do as many actions as you want. Repeat. So you saw that I glided, attacked, picked up, and then glided back. Now the villain phase. You checked. There's no daytime because we haven't picked up any cards yet. No, and then we draw the card and then refresh. If I had played a card, I will draw up to 3. But now that I have the book, I'll draw up to 4. But I don't know if I'm going to be keeping the book because here is the card. All right. So right here, it doesn't tell you in the rules really about this. That means you move characters to that space.
Okay.
All right. So she is going to activate. She's going to move to that space. If anybody's in range of 4, that's what that symbol means.
All right.
She'll do 3 attack dice. And if she gets any lightning bolts, she'll deal 2 damage to the target of the attack. Remember, if we die, we lose.
All right.
All right. So, and this is a moon symbol. So we put that down
But
there.
she doesn't have room to attack.
Well, she's got to move to E4.
Oh.
So E, boop, 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 4. You are the closest one, and you are 4 spaces away. 1, 2, 3. So she rolls 3 dice. You can roll, honey.
Oh, okay.
Because if she gets any stars, all right, she hits you for
lightning
1.
bolts.
Yeah, lightning bolts. But you're not adjacent.
So
I guess it doesn't matter. You still take 3.
3 damage?
Yeah.
All right.
So you're already half dead.
Yep.
That's a bummer.
I know.
All right. Well, now I draw my 4th card because I have the book. See what it is. Oh, wrong one. Oh, I have a reaction. After the attack, you may move 2 spaces. Okay. Oh, we got to worry about the bikers too. So 1, 2, 3. The enslaved is far away.
But there's a biker right underneath where I'm at.
But see, we got to get the
Enslaved.
enslaved. So
Right.
the enslaved on the counter here. This is one thing you got to remember too, is that it's not on the placard. It's on the counter itself. It can move 4 spaces and attack for 3. It doesn't have a range.
All right. Well,
So unfortunately,
just move me, I guess.
yeah,
Move me 3.
1, 2, 3.
That's one action. And then I have a range.
Well, you only need to be 3 away. 1, 2, 3.
I have a range of 3.
Hang on. 1. You can go diagonal 2. Yeah. Okay, so that's your first action coming down.
Then my attack is 2.
Do you have any cards that you can play?
Well, I have this volley, but it'd take up all my things that I just did.
Okay, hang on now. And this is attack on the run. Oh, so this is better
Okay.
because you can move 2. Okay, right here.
Yeah.
1, 2. And that way you don't burn an action just
Okay.
moving. And you still get, your range is still 3, but you get 2 dice.
Yeah.
So let me show it on camera. She played this card for 1 action. So instead of using an action to move, this card allows her to attack and move. So she moves 2 instead of your normal, what, 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. You're able to get in range. She'll attack with 2 dice, the same attack value she normally gets, and it's range 3.
Okay.
All right, so 2 dice. All right, you needed to get lightning bolts.
Oh, darn it.
All right, so you have still 2 more attacks. You can just do your regular attack.
Sure.
So go ahead. Wow, you missed every time. Bummer.
I'm half
Okay.
dead. What do you expect?
All right, so now we draw for the villain card.
Okay.
Julie used all 3 of her actions
Do I get a new card now?
at the end.
Oh, okay.
So here we go. All right, spell. Place this card on the episode placard. Activate 1 enslaved, then activate Demona. Demona gets the bonus listed based on the number of spells on the placard for this attack. So Demona is going to attack with 3 dice, 4 away, and the enslaved is going to move. So we might lose this game really quick.
Yeah. Could be over because she's going to attack me.
All right, so the enslaved goes. It comes down, 1, boom. Okay, All right.
I'm dead.
roll 3 dice. 3 hits, you're dead.
I'm dead.
We
Well,
just lost.
game over. So there you go. Now you know how fast it can go.
Well, let's have Demona attack too. Demona stays there. She attacks for 3 at 4 away.
How
Roll
much
again.
more dead can I
Let's
get?
see how dead you can be. Oh, wow. So you took 9 damage now total. And I have nothing. I have no reactions here to do it. Okay.
Oh, my
After you attack,
goodness.
you may move. No, can't help you.
It took you longer to explain how to play than it did for us to
Well.
play.
But that's part of the playthrough.
Yeah.
Now, let's say, the reason why we got luckier last time,
Why? Because we rolled better?
we got better cards last time.
Hmm.
The fact that she was able to attack you right away,
Yeah.
that card came up. So,
You know, it's fun. It means it always plays different every time you play. 'Cause
well,
you don't know what card you're going to get.
we'll try. So, we just lost that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we did. We lost big time.
We will restart. Okay. And we're going to try again because that was really quick. That was we died on the second turn. Okay, you got one. I got one move, and you got one move. All right, so we're gonna. Hey, if anything, you know how swingy this could be because when we won this the second time, those cards didn't come up.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I really don't.
We got lucky.
I know we've played this before, but I don't remember what happened.
All right, so because we also kept you away from Demona too, but we couldn't do anything about that because of the way you moved.
Right.
All right, so here's the 3 new cards.
All right.
Let's try this again. So we lost that first one.
All right. Well, let's see what happens now.
There's your 3 cards.
All righty.
I'm going to get my 3 cards. I have to go first again because I have to get the book away from her.
Yep. Well, you go do your book. Whoop, you're upside down.
That's fine. Okay. All right. Let me see what cards
See
I
how
have.
fast we can.
We might do better this time. At least it was quick.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
here
quick
we
and
go.
painless.
All right. I have Tinker again. You may ignore extra cost to move to a higher space. That's if you're climbing up buildings.
Oh, okay.
In other words, if I'm on the ground, not on a building, I have to get up on a building first. Roll. You may move a villain or minion up to 2 spaces. That's not going to help me.
You can move them away.
It may help me if I get the book quickly.
True. All right, we'll go do your thing.
All right, there I go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I glide. Going to attack. Okay, I got the book away from her.
Nice.
I pick it up. That's my 3rd action. Now,
Just get that guy to dodge.
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll go here.
Okay.
That way maybe I can draw fire away, maybe. But then maybe I'll probably die. No, actually, I gotta keep away because if they hit me, I drop the book.
Oh, that's
1,
right.
2,
Yeah,
3,
you can't be
4,
over there.
5.
That's
I
why
can't
you
be over there.
sacrifice me. I don't have the book.
Okay, draw the card. Let's see what
right.
happens. Oh, wrong one.
Julie gets attacked again.
Treachery. Okay, move the hero nearest to Demona to B8 and deal 1 damage to them. Draw another villain card. Okay, so it looks like we're doing bad again. Okay, so you move to
And
B8.
I take a damage.
Yep. So this is only bad if we were out there. Basically, you go back to the police tower. Okay, so you took a damage.
Yep.
Okay.
And you draw another card.
There's no moon on here, so basically this is discarded. Okay, here's the next card.
Okay.
All right, the book comes into play. She stays where she's at. All right, so this is where we got a little lucky here. She has a range of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. She cannot hit me. So, again, get the right cards, you can do well. The book is here. Again, I got to look in here. So Demona couldn't hit us because she didn't move. She didn't teleport. And she was too far away. But the enslaved activates. So the enslaved is going to move on you. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it can't get you either.
Finally.
Wow, we got lucky.
Yay.
So the enslaved goes to the person closest, so it's going towards me. I'm closest to Demona. All right, so I pick up another card, and it's a trap, which I'll worry about later, because with the book I have 4 cards.
Well, I can attack
Yeah.
Can I go 3?
1, 2. You can fire right here.
All right, I get a range of 3, so I get two dice.
Okay, I keep on going to the wrong camera. All right, so let's see what cards you have first. You may move heroes. We don't care about moving. Aim. Deal 2 damage. We don't care because you need to get. You only defeat the enslaved if you get lightning bolts.
Right.
We can use this later against Demona.
Okay.
Lightning bolt. If the target is a minion, stun it. Now that's good because if we stun it, it won't activate.
Okay.
So this is interesting. This came up on BGG. There's no range here.
Oh.
So in other words, you got to be adjacent.
So I can't use any of those right now.
Right.
Okay.
You can get next to him, but I think it's better just to fire.
Okay.
But that's good to know for later.
Yeah.
maybe. All right.
Give me my 2 dice, please.
All right. So you need to get lightning bolts. Okay, that's your first attack. Now you can move 2. Hang on. 1, 2. Remember your ability.
That's daytime.
You may move up to 2 spaces after attacking. Now we will do the trip.
Okay.
Okay, so Julie's going to play this this is her second action. She plays it, and you still roll. You need to get. All right, so he's tripped. So you're supposed to rotate.
Maybe stunned.
He's stunned. He's supposed to rotate at 90 degrees. And there's this a token on there, and you can still do one more attack. If you get 2 lightning bolts, he will be defeated. One more. Okay, see how drawing the right cards allows us to do better? All right, it's the end of your turn. You've done 3 actions.
Yep.
And sorcery. Demona's going to mess with this.
I know she is.
Demona controls the book. Each hero discards 2 cards. Otherwise, Demona steals the book.
Ah, darn it.
Place it on the episode. This is that card that slows you down.
Here's the book right here, honey.
All right. So she has the book now.
Darn it, Jim.
She moves to. We had trouble reading this before. Is that L1?
Yeah. That's what I would take it as.
No, I1.
I1.
There's no L.
I1.
Yeah, there's no L.
Okay.
So she goes all the way over here. Beep, beep, beep.
Just
All the
way
way
up there.
I got to get up there to get the book back.
Yes,
from
you
her.
do, sir.
Here, I'll put it like this.
I'm going to take my new card.
And we have 1 towards daytime. So I got to go get the book again.
Go get the book.
All right, here I go.
Okay.
1, because we can't damage him until we get the book. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second move. 1, 2, 3. I can attack adjacent. She's right here in the corner. Okay.
Get her.
Third
Get the book
action.
back.
Third act. Do I have anything I can do here? No, that's climbing. That's roll. You may move a villain 2 spaces. No, I don't care about that.
Ah,
All
darn.
right. No, I got her.
Oh, you got it. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
right. In the 4th action, I pick up the book.
Okay.
All right, we have the book back.
Yes.
All right, well, let's see if I get messed over. I was about to say a different word.
Yeah, we want to make this kid friendly.
All right, here we go. She moves to E4. And after Demona moves, deal 2 damage to each hero within 3 spaces of her. So she just does automatic damage. Not too bad, really.
Depends on where she lands, buddy.
E4. Boop, boop. Over here. Here she is. Okay.
Okay.
And within 2 spaces. 1, 2. Nope. All right. Hey. It's kind of a swinging game, isn't it? We're doing good. All right. So now you get to activate and you can get him.
Okay.
Now let me see what cards you have. Is there anything that you want to do to increase your attack? You gotta hurry. Move to any empty space. That's pretty cool. We haven't gotten that one before. So you may move each other hero. All right. You're just gonna do your regular attack.
Okay.
Oh wait, this gets 3 attack. Deal 2 damage. We only need 1 more. So I say we'll play this card if you don't
Okay.
get him in your first 2 attacks. What do you say?
Okay.
Okay, doesn't do anything. Try again. Second action. All right, you got him.
Yes.
Woo! All right, so we defeated the enslaved.
And we have the book.
No, the book goes away.
Oh.
Now you can damage. So these all go away out of the game. Now we can damage her. So she's
Okay.
right here. And 1, 2, 3. Now you should do this card here. The aim action. Because it costs 1 to do it and you have 1 action left.
Okay.
Deal 2 damage to the target of the attack and you get 3 dice.
Okay. I just need 1 more dice, please.
All right. Here you go.
Thank you.
And now we can damage her because the enslaved is away. That's okay though, you hit her 3 times. Now remember, she's going to heal if we get 2 more cards.
I don't need the
1,
lightning bolt?
2, 3. Oh, you do regular damage. If you get a lightning bolt, you would have done more damage. So that's a good point. So the regular attack still does damage.
Okay.
But if you got the lightning bolt, you would have done more.
Oh, well. I tried.
All right. So, hey, we're doing good.
Yep.
Here's a card. the bikers go. So the bikers in G7, place a new biker in A5. Then we activate all bikers. She goes to G7. So this is not very clear. She moves to G7. All bikers activate, and we place a new one on A5. All right. So
She moves right here.
She moves here. Okay. So bikers go 3, 1, 2. They're going to come up on you. 1, 2, 3. They don't have a range though, at least. 1, 2, 3. You're going to get hit twice. 1, 2, 3, and a new one on A5.
This could be over quick for me.
It's not G5.
G5. But we can't say the last
An
part.
an aeroplane?
If you've seen Tropic Thunder, you know how that line goes, and we're not going to
Okay.
say it.
3 on her. You get hit for 3. You get 2. Where you at now? 3.
3.
Okay, this other biker goes.
Uh-oh.
You hit for 2.
I have 1 life left.
Yeah, that's not good. All right, so I go. Oh, well, you draw a card first.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. I forgot.
So what'd you get?
Crid catch ride?
Yeah, it's not a. What's the word for it?
I don't know.
It's not a reaction card. That's the only thing I would care about if it was a reaction card. So let's see what I have.
Okay, what do you have?
Well, the book is gone. You can have more than 3 cards, but now I'm only going to have up to 3. Gain a skill token. Choose a hero to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. I don't really have heal in my... There is a gargoyle that heals. You may move a villain. I move 2 spaces. You may move a villain or minion up to 2 spaces. Well, I don't think I'm going to do any of them.
Okay.
I think our best bet.
You just need to glide around and go kick some butt.
I got to get to her.
Yep.
Try to damage her. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because my range is only 1.
Oh, okay.
My attack is 2.
All right, well, you could do some damage.
I can't. I could set a trap and do 3 damage to her,
Okay.
but I could also attack 3 times and potentially.
Do the attack 3 times.
Yeah. We'll see if it was worth it.
Yes.
That's 2. And we can't defeat her.
We
1,
can't?
2 cannot.
Hmm.
Okay, here we go. Next attack. 1.
One more.
Last attack.
Nothing.
Nothing. If we get bikers, we're going to lose.
Yep.
Here we go.
All right. Bring it on.
Bikers. All right, we pretty much lost.
We did. Well, that was fun.
Well, let's see. They attack you right here.
I'm dead.
You're dead.
I'm beyond dead.
All right, so you can see how hard this scenario is. We were doing so good.
We were doing really, really well.
Now, you know what we should have done?
What should we have done?
And again, this is how accurate you have to be with this game, how precise you have to be with your movements. What we should have done is that after you got the enslaved, you should have moved 2 away.
Oh.
Because you can move after you attack.
Right.
And we forgot to do that. Because then
Forgot.
the bikers wouldn't be able to hit you because
Yeah, they can't
have,
shoot upwards.
they have to be adjacent.
Yeah.
Because they move 3 and attack 3.
Well, that was
So-
my bad.
That's what we forgot to do.
Oh, well.
Well, anyway,
Now you guys got to see us lose twice.
yes. First time we did better. And
Yeah.
we would have survived if we would have remembered that rule for
That's
you.
true. But that's okay.
And yeah, that's a bummer. We were doing
well.
so well.
We hope you guys had fun, and we hope we were able to teach you how to play, and you'll go and try it yourselves.
Yeah, if anything, you know, after seeing my how to play, that it's not easy. You got to bounce between the rule book and the setup
Yep.
card. And there's some hidden stuff in the rule book that you gotta know where to find. So if
Right.
anything, that helped you.
I hope so.
All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this, please don't forget to subscribe and like. And if you have any comments that are nice, please let us know.
Yeah, and please check out our review.
Yep. See you later.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.